What's up, kids? Welcome to Wrestler Geeks. I'm your host, Justin Shaw.
And I'm the fox that rocks, Black Fox.
Alright, so continuing where we left off on our last episode of Wrestler Geeks, let's continue on with the remaining matches of SummerSlam, which happened on August 19th, 2018.
Now, let's talk about the match between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. And if you think about the match, this is an incredible situation, because if you look back at it, in their matches within TNA, would you ever think that those two, Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, would be competing in WWE for the championship, especially on SummerSlam? This is an incredible situation, if you really, no matter what. And if you look at their past feuds, there's one thing I can honestly say going into this that we all knew that it was going to be. It was going to be a physical battle.
Very physical battle. Especially what Samoa Joe said in front of him and his family out loud on the microphone. I mean, come on. Who the heck says out loud in the microphone on top of a table, "I'll be your daddy"?
I'm just saying, that's how you got to do it. You want to get into your opponent's head. That's what you got to get about Samoa Joe.
Crybaby Joe.
Hey, look, psychological battles, I give it. He got into AJ's head, and if you think about it, throughout this entire match, they were countering each other. Like, for me, the highlight spot of that entire match was when AJ got him in the calf crusher, and like literally Joe grabbed him and slammed him repeatedly into the ground to do it, to get him off. And like, it was counter after counter, and you take nothing from it away. Joe was straight up rough dude to fight. AJ held nothing back. He was hitting him left and right. And it was only towards the end of the fight that after Samoa Joe said those words that you finally see AJ snap. Because throughout this entire beginning of this feud, Joe made it personal. He included AJ's family. And while AJ was always able to restrain himself in a way, this time he truly snapped. And
beat the crap out of him.
And unfortunately,
Samoa Joe deserved.
Which also, he technically also won by DQ, because in the end, AJ basically hit him with the chair. He knocked out the timekeeper. He knocked out the other dude.
Yeah.
He was like, get out here.
AJ Styles beating the crap out of Samoa Joe with a steel chair?
Yeah, and in the end, he got himself disqualified.
Samoa Joe deserved it for saying that. How could you say, "I'll be your daddy"?
I'm just saying, look, he got it. He won. He won the battle. He lost the war, kind of, that night.
Yeah, but AJ Styles still retained the belt.
Not really. He's still champion, but like in the sense that also means Joe still gets another crack at him.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it's going to be, at least from all the rumors I'm hearing, it might either be Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series, one of the two.
It'll probably be in the next pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
But congratulations to AJ Styles for still retaining the belt and for beating the crap out of Samoa Joe, for Samoa Joe dissing AJ Styles and his family like that, saying, "I'll be your daddy."
Hey man, look, it got down. Now we move on to our next match, and since we're talking about things getting personal, this one definitely got personal.
The Miz versus Daniel Bryan.
This has been a personal bout for like years, no matter what. Ever since NXT, you got to remember the Miz technically was Daniel Bryan's pro, and no matter how many ways you look at it, the whole thing was always hilarious, because if you look at how their careers paralleled one another, like the Miz was this guy from a reality TV series that came on to a wrestling network.
Tough Enough.
Yeah, I know. But like it was back then, versus AJ Styles, who did the hard road.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry. Yes,
No
Daniel
problem.
Bryan. My apologies.
Yeah, because wasn't NXT before NXT was actually what it was now? Wasn't it like that ninja TV show?
It wasn't a ninja. No, I wouldn't say ninja, but it was
But
more like
they had like obstacle course, like Double Dare or something like that.
Yeah, they had their moments, but like for what it was worth, it was basically tough enough for the professionals. That's what it was.
Okay.
But the whole thing about it was, as their careers followed, they fought. Remember, they fought over the United States Championship. They fought. I don't know. They fought over the Intercontinental. I think he did. In a sense, he did because I think he competed in that ladder match or whatever.
Okay.
Like a long time ago. But like the whole thing was, throughout their entire match, throughout their entire career, they've always, in a sense, had a battle. It's always been a battle of Miz's like ego or whatever, and his whole thing versus Daniel Bryan's.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and in a sense, the whole thing about what I respected about this whole feud was, if you really look at it, we always used to crack jokes on the fact that Miz couldn't wrestle, but in a sense, Miz has improved over the years.
I have to admit, about the match, there was some actually good wrestling grappling going on.
Exactly.
Not to mention, they both exchanged yes kicks.
Yeah.
You know, and after seeing this match, it kind of made me think, if I want to become a professional wrestler and get trained, I want like Daniel Bryan to be my trainer. Especially
you will die. You will die. I've heard some of the training that he went through, and you will die.
Because I actually seen an old episode of Total Divas, and he was actually training Nikki Bella, you know, some grappling moves. Because, you know, I like in wrestling when you start off with the clinch.
Yeah. I get you.
know? But what I didn't like about the match, I wanted to see some more wrestling grappling. I wanted to see more exchanging of the yes kicks between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. But The Miz freaking cheated.
I mean, yeah, but that's like, here's my whole thing with that whole match. Let's be for real. I'm gonna get heat for this. I honestly, you got to remember, this is a feud. I think this is like not gonna be one of those feuds where it ends with just one match. I definitely foresee this being at least three fights.
In other words, a grudge match.
Not
It
grudge.
has to end with a grudge match.
It has to end like with a third match, if you will, because I definitely think Daniel Bryan is gonna get his second match against Miz, and there will be a stipulation because, let's be for real, like, yeah, Miz cheated to win, but I think in reality Miz needed that win.
You mean he needed to cheat?
No, I mean like he needed the win. The whole point of the whole thing was, the thing is, no matter what, to me, Daniel Bryan will always be relevant, regardless of who he is. He's proven, no matter what he does, he will always be relevant. But for the sake of the
What do you
feud,
mean by relevant?
I mean relevant in the sense that everybody will, even if he loses, it won't hurt him in any sense or form.
Okay.
Like, the whole thing about it is, but in a sense of a feud, I think Miz needed to strike first in order to actually keep the kind of feud going, because Daniel Bryan's going to get the better of him. Like, there's going to be a point where he's going to try the same tact. That's always in every one of the matches, every one of Mitch's matches as a heel. He always tries the same tactic twice, and the second time it kind of screws him up. It kind of turns back on him. So I
Close
think
off the match, I do have to admit that, like I said, this match had like some really good wrestling grappling.
it did. It had some good
I have
spots.
to admit what you said about The Miz, that his wrestling has improved. His wrestling has improved. But to me, he's more of a showman rather than just a wrestler. Of course, I know that's part of his gimmick.
You gotta admit, there were some moments he actually caught Daniel Bryan, though, I will say. But nonetheless, congratulations to The Miz. You won.
Awesome.
You won the battle, but I'm pretty sure the war's not over for that.
Me personally, I don't like what they did to Baron Corbin. I miss his old biker, anti-hero, or anti-authoritative gimmick. And two, about the match, I was happy to see Finn Balor fight, But sad to say, this is another freaking mid-card. I am tired of seeing Finn Balor I am tired of seeing Finn Balor in a mid-card match. But what was cool about it, but what I thought was not necessary, I was happy to see him as the Demon.
Well,
But I felt like there wasn't no need for him to be the Demon.
I disagree because I feel like the whole when he had the Good Brothers with him, he didn't need the Demon because it was looking like we were all thinking we were going to get Bullet Club or Balor Club.
Okay.
But he no longer has them with him. So I think the Demon is kind of relevant because it, at least in a way, reshapes what Finn Balor was when we got him. The whole thing about it is, right now, he's going to be in the mid-card for a little bit longer. I'm hoping.
He shouldn't have to be mid-card.
I know.
He deserves better than that.
You know that. I know that. A lot of people around the world know that. But the whole thing is,
I see it as this. Remember what they were doing to Sami Zayn and Cesaro?
yeah,
Mid-card. I think it's the same stunt they're doing on Finn Balor, and Finn Balor deserves a lot better.
I agree.
But
I agree.
to close off this match, everybody knows who won.
Yep,
So
the Demon.
This was like the same match as we spoke in the last show between Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. Like this
but-
match only lasted like not even 20 minutes, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it was nonetheless, it was still a good thing. I think that they do have plans for him, but I think right now they're focusing on what what we'll talk about later. Which, now we move on to the next match, which is two people that I actually enjoy see wrestling.
Me too.
Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States champion, versus Jeff Hardy. Anyway, now onward
I
to
like his makeup.
I always do it.
How he does like the eyes when he closes them, and it's like when it opens up, like how he does that. I
true.
thought he had like a special like contact lenses.
Yeah, he did have those, but like this is a trick to it. But nonetheless, this was, if I have to say that I like this match better than I like the original one, especially with the low blow, because the low blow did come into play into a part into it, but like the whole thing was, there were moments, and this is what I like the most about Shinsuke's thing, is Shinsuke has adapted from when he was a face and using different tactics. Like I remember when he basically was running into when he ran towards when Jeff Hardy threw him to try to throw him into the ring, how he basically managed to jump up, reverse it, and then like knee Jeff. And it was a good fight. I take nothing away from that.
When Jeff Hardy messed up when he did the Swanton and
Yeah.
he was back on the edge of the ring.
Yeah, I didn't think that needed.
That's what caused them to lose the match.
Yeah, I agree. That was in the end, and we also know what happened towards the end. Randy got involved.
Yeah, but what I think, I don't think when Jeff Hardy, when he hurt his back, when he did the Swanton on the edge of the apron, I don't think that was done intentionally.
You never know, man. Sometimes wrestling can be a little unpredictable.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Shinsuke managed to walk away with a win, and now, still your United States champion.
I'm still curious to find out what
King of Strong Style.
I'm curious to find out what's Randy Orton's problem, or what's the situation.
Well, he stated it before. He was tired of basically people running around like cheering for Jeff Hardy, whereas he's been busting his butt off, trying to, showcasing the fact that this whole thing.
Seniority and all that kind of stuff.
I don't think it's more like that. I think it has to do with a lot of things, but I think the idea is, I'm interested to see this feud because if you look at their past, last time they crossed, how it ended. This time it'll be like, it's not for the WWE Championship, but it's more like a rekindling of an old feud.
All right, so let's move on to the next match, which was Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
I mean,
she looked like she came out of a comic book. Ronda Rousey.
Hey man, it was she's fighting for the championship this time.
She looked like she came out of the actress who played Supergirl
Really? The Supergirl?
No, but-
the CW?
Yeah, you know but the actress who plays Supergirl.
Yeah, I get
Imagine
you.
her, but jacked up.
Yeah, I see what you're going with this. But what we take away from the match is, throughout this entire fight, I felt like I was watching. I felt like I was watching an old Hulk Hogan match. I'm sorry. Like, I know what I was gonna say. Like, there were moments where like Alexa Bliss hit her and she just was like, "Yeah, you think that did anything to me?" I'm just like, "Well, yeah, 5 feet of fury for nothing, I guess." That just.
You know what this match also reminded me of? I know she transitioned from UFC to wrestling, but it kind of reminded me an old UFC match she had with Kat Zingano. Yeah, because Kat Zingano, she approached Ronda Rousey in the UFC fight. I think she threw a punch, Ronda Rousey caught it, and then she literally did a power slam on the mat on Kat Zingano, put her in the armbar, and forced her to tap out.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what happened in this match with Alexa Bliss. The match another match that didn't even last 20 minutes. It was like,
Well, I mean, going into the whole thing, look, I'm be for real with you. This is a different type of fight than what happened with her versus. Wow, I can't believe I forgot her name.
Kat Zingano?
No. The one who had the belt before Alexa Bliss.
Nia Jax?
Nia Jax, that's what it is. Wow, I feel horrible. I'm so sorry, Miss Nia Jax, for that one. But the whole thing is, this is a different fight between that, because Nia was able to, at least in some form of capacity, overwhelm Rhonda and like overpower her. Alexa is more of the technical type of person that can actually, do damage and everything, but I don't think that's what they were going for this fight. It was more of a dominant in the sense of you knew Rhonda had the physical power over her, the technical like power, wrestling ability. I think Alexa Bliss, hands down, has more capability.
Right.
But like in terms of like what they were going for, I'm just saying, this definitely was we all knew Rhonda was going to win personally. Let's go with that. But on that note, congratulations to Rhonda. Congratulations on winning. Sorry, Alexa Bliss. Maybe you'll get another shot, to be honest. I definitely think she's going to get another chance to win the championship again. Like, Alexa Bliss is basically golden.
I don't know who else is going to step up and face Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship.
To be honest, the only person I thought that if they did would be Asuka, but now, they really don't. I mean, I don't know who's going to be next.
Yeah,
unless they bring Shayna Baszler over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, but aren't they part of the same clique?
So is the Four Horsewomen, but we all know how that happened.
I guess, but let's cover the last match with Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Okay, let's get one thing out the way. A lot of us went into this match kind of knowing how this was what the outcome of the match was going to be. And I think a lot of people were happy that they just wanted it to be over and done with.
Me
this whole feud has been like basically, it hasn't been bad. I'm not going to say it was bad because, you know what, despite what they said, despite what has happened, Brock and Roman did have some decent fights, and it did, there were moments where Roman did, showcase that he could fight back. Better than having the WrestleMania match a few years back. Let's be for real with that one. He's definitely improved over the years. Now, for what happened throughout the match, the first thing we got to get out the way is Braun Strowman coming in just saying, yo, I'm taking on whoever. Well, we're not going to jump you. I'm going to just tell you right off the bat. And you know what? A lot of people were hoping for that cash in.
Yeah, I was hoping too.
I was like, you know what? That would actually end SummerSlam real well if he did that. And what happened? The surprise twist of it was Roman ended up knocking out Braun by accident, and Brock took advantage of it. Brock was like, nope.
Yo,
He's like, nope.
He threw the Money in the Bank suitcase like if it was a football, like.
He threw it like it was a frisbee. My own first thing he did was he F5 Braun. Like, nope, nope. You are not cashing in on me. This already happened once before. You are not getting that chance. And like he just chair shot him, kept on repeatedly taking like you're not getting back up. No. And
me personally, like I'm glad Brock Lesnar lost the Universal Championship to Roman Reigns because Brock Lesnar, he had that belt for too long and he barely wasn't doing anything about it. He was like always ducking and dodging. I would have been more happier if Roman Reigns gave Brock Lesnar a chair shot, like just whack him in the head with a chair, like pow.
For what it's worth, towards the end, towards the end, because of that chair shot to Brock, he took his eye off of Roman. Roman managed to come from behind, hit him with that spear, and win. You know what? All the much to him. I'm happy. I think a lot of us are more happy because of the fact that if we compare it to what it is, like, let's be for real, not a lot of people like Roman Reigns, but a lot of people dislike Brock because he didn't defend the belt like he was supposed to against different opponents like he was supposed to on the Universal. Like the Intercontinental title was defended more times than anything throughout that entire time of Brock's reign. And in a sense, that did kind of hurt the legitimacy of the Universal title. And I don't think a lot of people wanted Roman to win because of, various reasons. Let's be for real, we all wanted Finn to get the belt at one point.
Yes.
But the whole point is
Finn Balor to get the belt.
But the whole point is now it's on Roman. Now we can see what Vince is going to do. That's what it really comes down to. What Vince is going to do with Roman as champion. Like, we have the shield, and he's got the shield at his back, so it can go either way. Especially I heard rumors that, either Braun or Roman, one of them is going to go heel soon.
We already know Braun's already a heel.
Nah, he's more like what you were talking about with the anti-authoritative.
Okay.
That's kind of what he is. He doesn't listen to anybody.
If he becomes a full-fledged heel, I'll still be a fan. I don't care when it comes to Braun Strowman.
I think I'm going to be for real, and I'm going to keep this 100. I think as long as Roman is champion, people will still root for the heels more than they will root for Roman. Don't get me wrong, Roman is still I respect Roman Reigns. For what it's worth, I respect him.
I think he actually wrestles pretty good. I still don't understand why a lot of fans are always booing at him.
Yeah, there's various reasons for that. For what it is, there are various reasons, and I kind of understand them. But at the same time, at the end of it, Roman does what he is capable of doing, or what he can do. And that's kind of why I respect him, despite the circumstances that he's put in. Like, let's be for real. Going into SummerSlam, a lot of people thought it would have been better for Bobby Lashley to take on Brock, because in reality, there was much more of a story builder than that one. For this one, it really didn't have that much of a legit build-up. Like, it was just basically him getting beat up by Brock a bunch of times. And the whole thing about it was, as I said, I'm happy that Roman finally got it, but I think a lot of people are happy because they're like now waiting for the next guy to beat Roman. And it's sad, but at the same time, I'm going to hold off on what I feel for Roman until I see what they do with him, what WWE does. Okay. I think that's the best thing we can do. We can see and wait and see what Vince does with Roman before we start, getting the pitchforks and flaming spears ready. So, if anything, I will say this: congratulations, Roman.
Yes.
You
really deserve it, Roman.
You did. You got the win. I'm happy you got the title. At least with you, it will be defended on a consistent basis.
Yes.
At least that's what I'm hoping from you.
Especially on Raw every Monday.
Exactly. You'll at least defend it on Monday Night Raw. We'll see that much. But as I said, congratulations to Roman. Hope you're the best. It's one thing to, as I said before, and I always say this, is one thing to get it. It's another thing to keep it.
We're almost out of time. I want to thank everyone for watching. Please feel free to email me at shawjustin576@gmail.com.
You can find me at followthefox777@gmail.com.
Once again, this is Wrestler Geeks. Have fun, be safe, and don't get into any fights. We'll see you next time.